Isidore is whipping up the wind and dumping lots of rain onto the New Orleans Riverwalk. Over the last 2 days, the Big Easy has seen nearly 7 inches of rain, and some areas a lot more. As much as a foot could fall by the time Isidore is through. The heaviest rain continues to fall right now.
Tropical storm Isidore is making landfall at this time. The biggest threat from Isidore, those heavy rains, though we're also seeing some gusty winds and some high surf and some localized flooding. Details on the storm and your forecast on the way.
Welcome to Weather Center at the Weather Channel. I'm Paul Emick along with Warren Madden.
Glad you could spend some time with us as we go into Thursday morning. A lot to talk about. We'll take a look at Thursday's forecast coming up. First, though, we want to get right into the details of Tropical Storm Isidore, and starting off with the coordinates. As of 1 a.m. Central Time, Tropical Storm Isidore placed by the National Hurricane Center at 29 north, 90.1 west, 75 miles south of New Orleans. Moving north at 13, we believe the center of circulation now moving ashore. Estimated central pressure at 987 millibars. And the situation will continue to be one we'll be watching carefully through the night.
Still a huge story. One of the cities that is prepared for the possible impact from Tropical Storm Isidore, that's Gulf Shores, Alabama. One among many prepared for this. Meteorologist Mike Seidel is in Alabama tonight.
We're here in Gulf Shores, well off to the east, and on the side of the storm where you get the strongest winds, and in this case, the heaviest rainfall. We've had squalls like this throughout the night on Wednesday. We'll continue to see these in early Thursday morning. Quite a bit of beach erosion and overwash. The surf crashing on shore, running about 15 to 18 feet. And here comes another surge of water right up with the sea foam. A lot of water, too, pushed up against these motels and hotels in Gulf Shores. Fortunately, most of these buildings are built up several feet, so that is protecting these first 4 rooms in these hotels and motels. Again, more water coming on up. The tide is going to be peaking and heading on out as we head towards sunrise on Thursday morning. There has been a lot of rainfall at 1 to 2 inches an hour. We've had localized flooding, urban flooding, but we do think the rain will back off early Thursday morning, but look for more showers and thunderstorms and the potential for some more severe weather and possible tornadoes right on through at least sometime on midday on Thursday. Again, the beach is taking a real battering, a lot of beach erosion, and that will probably be the big story here. These beaches here in Gulf Shores were replenished just 18 months ago. We'll keep you updated from Gulf Shores, Alabama. For the Weather Channel, I'm Mike Seidel.
And we will continue to bring you the absolute latest on Isidore and its impact on the Gulf Coast throughout the night and on through the morning hours. Plus, you can always check out the latest information at weather.com. You can check out info on travel delays, also find tips on hurricane preparedness like hurricane kits and what you should do in case you have to leave your house due to flooding. Of course, that is a big concern. It's now time to find out the latest on our situation here in Louisiana. Joining us on the phone is Harry Lee. He's with the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. Thanks so much for joining us. Right now, what is the main problem you think people are facing in your parish right now from Isidore?
Well, we have a lot of street flooding, and the rain is coming out very heavy right now. So that's we're very fortunate that this is still a tropical storm and didn't build up the hurricane force winds. So other than the street flooding and pretty moderate winds, I think we're in pretty good shape. We dodged the bullet this time. That's right.
Very, very good news with that. Many calls about power outages. Is that a real issue there in your parish?
Yes, there are several areas that have been reported on television that there's power outages, and Energy is prepared for that, and the utility company, and they're responding as quickly as they can.
Are you still advising people to pretty much stay home if they're there, not to get out? And
yeah, we learned our lessons. A lot of offices closed today, and those people that worked and got off at 4 or 5 o'clock, they went straight home. I've been on the street since about 5 or 6 o'clock, and there are very few cars on the street. We saw some cars that were abandoned because of flooding, but it was very few compared to past years and past hurricanes.
Right. Now, a lot of people may be having to head out, of course, if they're in a situation where their home actually floods. If the people are in a situation that is have to leave, where can they go for help at this hour?
No, I don't think that there's too much flooding. We came by, we went down one residential street. The people were very concerned another few inches and water will be getting their houses. But we've had much more difficult times than we're having with this storm in the past.
All right, being prepared pays off. Thanks very much there, Sheriff Harry Lee, for joining us here on the Weather Channel. Let's get the latest information, including a radar image that shows like where Harry Lee is sitting right now. It's an incredibly rainy time in that parish. With that, here's Warren Madden.
Thanks, Paul. And yes, a lot of rain still falling out of this storm. Notice the bright yellows and oranges, especially as we head up from New Orleans up towards Slidell and then up the 59 corridor toward Hattiesburg. Some very serious flooding going on in the Biloxi metro. If you live east of Lee, north of Division, a mandatory evacuation order now in effect. And another big problem, notice the spin here over the south central part of Louisiana, a tornado warning in the midst of this for Terrebonne Parish continuing until 3 Central. If you live in the Houma area, take cover immediately. You are in the path of this storm. We'll expand things out and notice that rain extends all the way east into southern Alabama, western Florida. We've seen quite a lot in the way of accumulations here. Just since this morning, we're now looking at accumulations starting to peak above the 6 to 10 inch range. And notice that's right here along the shores of Lake Pontchartrain around New Orleans and over toward Fort Walton Beach, Eglin Air Force Base, and over toward Pensacola. Wind has been a factor with this storm, not a huge factor, but we're still seeing winds gusting now close to 50 miles an hour around New Orleans, and we could still see some gusts topping 60 miles an hour out of this, but the main problem has been the rain. Hurricane watch is still up from Cameron, Louisiana, over to Pascagoula, but right now it looks like the system has run out of time to become a hurricane. Tropical storm warnings up High Island over to St. Mark's, and a tornado watch continues from about New Orleans eastward toward Panama City and just to the west of Tallahassee. We're going to follow the progress of Tropical Storm Isidore as it moves north into the Tennessee Valley. We'll have more details coming up.